So last month, I'm just kind of scrolling through my banking app, checking out my savings account. Bam! There's about 8 grand sitting pretty in there. Man, I felt pretty darn good about it, right? Like responsible adult mode, fully activated. Hadn't laid a finger on it in months. But then, I zoom in on the numbers a bit closer and it hits me. This money's quietly losing value every single day. Not from some sneaky fees or me blowing it on takeout, but from inflation just sneaking in there, eroding what it can actually buy. And get this, the wild part? Millions of us are stuck in this exact loop right now, hoarding cash in these low-interest accounts, patting ourselves on the back like we're crushing it, while we're actually, slipping further behind. Hey, I'm Bill. I totally geek out over these money mistakes we all make. And yeah, figuring out how to actually fix them. If you've been out there saving your butt off, just like they drilled into us back in school, but deep down you still feel like you're barely keeping your head above water financially, hey, I feel that. Smash that subscribe button real quick and drop a like if this one's going to hit home for you. Today, though, we're diving into this kind of tough truth, okay? That whole saving thing in a basic bank account, the one everyone swears is the smart move, it might actually be the sneaky reason you're not building the real wealth you deserve. Look, don't get me wrong here. You absolutely need some cash tucked away for those rainy days. But saving money and straight up building wealth, those are two totally different beasts, man. Let me hit you with the math that straight up woke me up one day. Picture this. You stash 10 grand in your average savings account, pulling maybe 0.5 to 1%. Hey, I'll even be generous with that. In recent years, inflation's been chilling around 2 to 3% on average. But remember those peaks? Like over 7% back in 2021 and pushing 8% in 2022? And even now, early 2026 with it hovering at about 2.7%. If your savings ain't earning at least that, you're still losing ground, just real slow. It's like hopping on a treadmill thinking you're killing your workout, but the damn thing's speeding up behind you. You feel all productive and stuff, but you're not actually getting anywhere. So why the heck do we keep doing this to ourselves? I mean, it just feels so safe, doesn't it? That little rush when you see your balance nudge up, even by a few bucks, boom, dopamine hit. Hey, I'm being responsible. Our parents swore by it. Heck, Grandma had that coffee can stuffed with bills under the sink, and she turned out fine. But today, in this economy, that whole safety net vibe, it's kind of an illusion, Your money's not out there growing. It's just decaying bit by bit, thanks to inflation. The sneaky trap, though, that cozy feeling tricks you. It makes you think, all right, money stuff, handled, done. Check mark in the box. But meanwhile, your groceries, rent, gas, everything is creeping up higher and higher. It's like you go to the store, load up on all this fresh produce feeling like a boss, then forget it in the hot car trunk while you high-five yourself for the smart shopping. Saving starts out feeling like real progress, sure, but without any actual growth, it's just putting off spending on dollars that buy less and less. And here's the kicker. It's not only inflation picking your pocket, it's all the stuff you're straight up missing out on by letting it sit there. That same 10 grand in a savings account at 1%? Matter of fact. Now compare it to tossing it into a solid broad market index fund, like tracking the S&P 500, which has averaged around 10% a year long term, dividends and all. After just 1 year, your savings creeps to 10,100. Index? You're at 11 grand. 5 years in, savings limps to 10,510. That index? Pushing 16,100 or more. 10 years in, savings barely 11K. Index? Over 26K. Dude, you're leaving tens of thousands just rotting on the table. I hear you already. But Bill, stocks, that's risky. What if it tanks? Totally fair. They do fluctuate, up and down like a roller coaster. But holding cash and savings? That's a guaranteed slow bleed to inflation every time. One might dip for a bit short term. The other? It'll chip away at your buying power forever.
But look at history. The market's always rewarded folks who play the long game. Diversified index funds, they've smoked inflation over decades, no sweat. This all loops back to something we deeper to, that scarcity mindset we get stuck in. When you're laser focused on just protecting those savings, you end up gripping so tight, like no way am I letting go. Zero risks, don't even think about touching the pile. And that fear, it straight up blocks all the moves that could actually build your wealth. Smart investing, firing up a side hustle, leveling up your skills, or even jumping to a better gig. I've seen it a million times. Folks sitting on 20K saved, absolutely miserable in their dead-end job, but they won't dip even 1 to 2K into a course or cert that could bump their income 20 to 50% easy. That savings pile turns into this total crutch, like a security blanket, right? Except it's fake as hell, shrinking year after year while it keeps you chained right there in the same spot. Flip to an abundance mindset, though. Start putting that money to work. Take those calculated risks. That's the real magic, how wealth actually starts compounding on you. All right, so what's the smarter way forward here? Let's break it down simple. First off, build yourself a legit emergency fund. 3 to 6 months of your everyday expenses, kept super liquid in cash. That's your car blew up or job vanished buffer. Non-negotiable for that actual peace of mind. 2, once you hit that cap, stop piling in there. Any extra cash, time to make it hustle for you. Right now, January 2026, you can snag top high-yield savings accounts dishing out to 5% APY. Think spots like Varo Bank, Adelphi, or others floating 4.5 to 5%. Shop around a bit. It'll beat inflation flat and smoke those old-school bank rates. But even better, once your emergency stash is solid, slide into low-cost index funds like VOO or VTI through Vanguard, Fidelity, or Schwab. They track the whole dang market. No need to play stock whisperer or anything. And the absolute biggest bang for your buck? Invest in you, straight up. Grab some courses, dive into books, snag coaching that cranks up your earning power. A 2K hit on a skill upgrade that lands you a 15K raise? That's straight infinite returns, my friend. Bottom line, money sitting idle, it's money dying a slow death. We all save because it just feels so darn responsible, you know? In this wild up and down world, that cushion, it's comforting as heck. But here's the thing, comfort and real wealth, not the same animal. The straight truth, money that's just idling, it loses value, quiet-like. But growing it on purpose, intentionally, that's your ticket to real freedom. So, your homework. Go on, do it today. Peek at that savings account. Got more than 6 months worth chilling there? Move the extra, pronto. High yield account at the bare minimum, index funds if you're ready for growth. Or hey, pump it into leveling up a skill for those fat earnings. Trust me, your future self is going to send you a giant thank you note. If this flipped a switch in your money headspace even a little, hit that like, subscribe for more of this, and holler in the comments what's lurking in your savings right now and what's one tweak you're going to make. I'm Bill. Catch you in the next one.